cover is cool beneath my hands at first. That particular weight before anything's begun. The tea is still steaming, the pen is uncapped, and the world outside is doing what the world does. But in here, for now, everything goes quiet. The page waits like it already knows its part. And I open to the place I left off yesterday and feel the hush arrive before I even start. This is the beginning ritual, the settling in, the way a room quiets when the music finally starts. The pen, the page, the tea, the open book, the mind finding its own soft, deliberate heart. Open the book and the world gets smaller, just the page and the lamp and the cup. Open the book and the noise steps backward and the quiet comes forward, and I open up. Open the book, this is the beginning of the few perfect hours that belong just to me. Open the book and whatever was tangled starts to unknot, starts to breathe, starts to be. I've had sessions that didn't want to come together, where the mind kept drifting back to the open door. But I've learned that the opening is its own commitment, that showing up to the page is most of what it's for. So I open it, even on the difficult mornings, even when the quiet takes a while to arrive, because the book has never let me leave it empty. Something always finds me, page by patient page, alive. I don't need the session to be perfect, I don't need the ideas to come fully formed. I just need the book to be open in front of me, and the rest tends to follow, quiet, warm. Open the book and the world rearranges into something manageable, something clear. Open the book and the few perfect hours are already beginning, already here. Open the book, this is the whole ritual, the pen and the page and the tea and the hush. Open the book and the mind says I'm ready, and the page says I know, and there's no rush. Turned it on before the room was dark enough to need it. The warm circle, it draws across the desk. Something about the lamp deciding the perimeter of where the work happens, where everything else rests. Outside the circle, the room with all its asking, the unfolded laundry, the unanswered things. Inside the circle, just the page and the focus, just the gold of a lamp and what attention brings. My small chapel of lamplight and intention, where the worries dim and the words stay bright, where the only thing that asks me for anything is the page. And the page asks softly and asked right. Quiet lamp glow drawing my circle, small and warm, entirely mine. The desk, the book, the tea inside the lamplight, everything else left gently behind. Quiet lamp glow, my chapel of focusing, where the mind gets to be only one thing, just the gold hush of the lamp and what the hush brings. I think I do my best thinking by lamplight. Something of the warmth narrows the field, makes the page feel more important than the wider room, makes the idea feel more possible, more real. The overhead lights are for the practical world, for the cooking and the cleaning and the come and go. But the desk lamp is for the interior life, the private work, the slow, the soft, the slow. I've sat in the circle on the hardest days, when the wide world felt too wide to navigate, and the lamp drew its small perimeter around me and said, just here, just this can sing. Quiet lamp glow still burning while I'm working, still warm on the page and the pen and the cup, still making it soft argument for staying for the few more hours before I give it up. Quiet lamp glow when I turn you off at midnight. The dark feels honest, like a job well done, like the circle kept me inside what mattered until the work was finished, until the day was won. It's the softest sound in the whole working day, the pencil moving across the grain of paper, a whisper, not a scratch, just the suggestion of thought becoming something more than vapor. I've tried to write with silence as my rhythm, but this is better, the small friction sound, the pencil as the metronome of thinking, the heartbeat of the ideas being found. Not loud enough to fill the room, just present, not music, but a cousin of it maybe. The private sound of someone paying attention, the soft tick of a mind refusing to be lazy. Pencil whispers, just the tip in the page, just the sound of a thought being born. The softest kind of music in the study, the metronome before the real work's worn. Pencil whispers, I could work for hours inside this, inside the small sound of a pencil going down. The idea coming forward from the silence, the whisper of the pencil, my particular sound. There's something about pencil over pen that trusts me, the erasability, the provisional mark, the sense that I can try a thing and mean it without committing fully in the dark. The pen says this is final, this is certain. The pencil says let's see, let's try, let's go. And some days I need the trying more than knowing. Some days the pencil is the only way I grow. I love this particular kind of sound in the quiet, the evidence that someone here is thinking, that the mind is engaged and the hand is following, that something on the page is slowly linking. Pencil whispers, still the softest metronome, still the heartbeat of the work that's getting done, still the private music of the morning session, still the sound of someone slow becoming one. Pencil whispers, when the page is full I'll stop and hear the silence where the scratching was. silence will be full of what I made here, and the pencil will have done exactly what it does. I ran the pink across it before I'd finished reading. Knew halfway through the sentence it was mine. The way some lines arrive, already personal, already written for exactly this time. I've got a system, sort of, more a feeling. The pink for the lines that hit the softest place, the yellow for the ones that make me think harder, the blue for the ones I wanna memorize to trace. Some lines deserve a soft stripe, a small ceremony, a marking that says I was here and this mattered, that someone's words found the exact right reader on the exact right morning before I'd scattered highlighted verses, pastel on the page, a small acknowledgement that this one spoke to me, that somewhere in the book a stranger left a truth and I arrived in time to let it set me free. Highlighted verses, my soft correspondence with the minds that put these words here years before. The pink stripe is my answer, yes, I heard you, I was listening. I'll keep this, I'll want more. I go back and read the highlighted ones sometimes when the session's done and the tea has gone cold and they still land the same, a little warmer, even for being marked, for being singled out, for being told that they were worth returning to, worth keeping, worth the small ceremony of the stripe. Some books become a record of who I was when I read them. The highlights map the life. Every highlighted line is a small self-portrait of what I needed, what reached me, what rang true. And looking back through all the pastel markings, I find a map of who I've been and who I'm moving to. Highlighted verses, pink and yellow and blue, the soft archive of a mind paying attention. The stripes across the sentences that found me, the record of my learning, my intention. Highlighted verses, I'll fill this book completely, and when it's done, the colors will remain. A soft testimony that I was here and reading, that the words were worth the ceremony, worth the strain. I closed the book deliberately, not finished, but done enough for a few minutes of nothing. The chapter ended where it should have ended, and the tea has been waiting, patiently inviting. I wrap both hands around the porcelain warmth and look out the window at the green leaves going. This is the small reward the study gives me, 10 quiet minutes with the world just showing. Not procrastination, this is intentional pausing. The rest that makes the next chapter possible. The tea between the thinking and the returning, the breath inside the work, interval. Tea between chapters, 10 minutes of nothing, just the porcelain and the window and the green. The world outside still going at its own pace, and me in the in-between, just breathing. Tea between chapters, the study's small reward for showing up, for finishing what I started, for giving the idea time to settle fully before the next one comes, before I'm parted. The leaves outside moving away, I don't control, and that's exactly what this break is for. To remember there are things that move without me, that the world is larger than what's on the page. I'll go back, I always go back in a few minutes, but first the tea, first the leaves, first this, the pause that earns the next chapter its full welcome, the breath between the sentences, the bliss. Some productivity lives in the stopping, in the 10 minutes that belong to the warm cup, in the looking out the window as a practice, in the deliberate choice to just fill up. Tea between chapters, the cup is nearly empty, the leaves have settled into afternoon, and I'm ready, more ready than before, the pausing to open to the next page, to continue soon. Tea between chapters, the small soft ceremony of treating the learning like it matters enough to rest between the portions, to arrive restored, the 10-minute breath, and then the next enough. I can't rush the best kind of concentration. I've tried, it doesn't work that way. The focus that arrives under pressure always leaves marks. The kind that blooms slowly is the kind that stays. This morning I sat down before the session started and let the room settle, let the mind uncrowd, and something opened, pedal by unhurried pedal, into the kind of focus that I'm most proud. Not forced, never forced, just invited, coaxed into the light the way a flower needs its sun. The conditions have to be gentle enough to bloom in, and then the concentration comes undone and done. Focus like petals, slow and deliberate opening, not a switch, not a demand, not a grip. The kind that comes when you're patient with the starting, when you let the mind take the kind of trip that leads somewhere worth arriving. Slowly, focus like petals, beautiful, precise, not a force, a flowering, a blooming. The best concentration, always worth the price. I've learned my own conditions by now, the particular quiet I need, the particular light, the tea at a certain temperature, the chair, the window with some green in it, just right. These aren't indulgences, they're infrastructure. The petals need the right soil, the right care, and when I give the focus what it needs to open, it gives me back the hours, full and there. The hardest minds are not the ones that force opposite. The softest ones are the most honest, the most true. Concentration blooms when you stop grabbing at it, when you make the conditions right and see it through. Focus like petals, and I'm in it now completely. The slow bloom arrived and I'm inside the light. The page and the pen and the open concentration, the mind doing what the mind does when it's right. Focus like petals, I'll stay in this as long as it offers, as long as the bloom holds, as long as the quiet stays. And when it closes, I'll know it was enough for the morning, and the petals will have done their work and given me the day. I lift the corner with my fingertip, and the page comes across with its particular sound. Not loud, never loud, just the whisper of a thought, moving from one room of the mind to the next room down. I've come to love this sound, the way you love a doorbell, for what it means is coming, for the promise of it. Another page, another corridor of knowing, another soft step forward, another bit. Reverence is the word, though it sounds too formal for something this small and this daily and this quiet. But that's the feeling when the page turns softly, like an idea stepping lightly, not in riot. Soft page turning, the whisper of advancing through the thing I chose to give my time. The idea moving from the read to the remembered, the page turning over, the thought becoming mine. Soft page turning, I could do this all the morning, this small ceremony, this unhurried write. Each page a doorway into something further, each turn a quiet proof I'm doing right. Digital pages don't have this, I know it. The swipe doesn't carry the same weight as this. There's something in the physical resistance of a page, in the thing that has to actually be turned. In this, the paper holds its own insistence on the real. The ink is fixed, the page is actual mass, and turning it is a small deliberate act that says I'm here, I'm present, this will last. Some things deserve to be done with the hands, to have the body involved in the knowing. And the soft page turning is exactly that, a small physical act of continuing, of growing. Soft page turning, the last one of the morning, and I hold it a moment before letting it rest. The chapter finished, the idea now inside me. The soft page turned and I gave it my best. Soft page turning, tomorrow I'll come back to it and find my place and do the ritual again. The corner, the lift, the whisper of advancing, the soft page turning, my favorite quiet refrain. Bottom of the page is getting closer. A few more lines and this one will be filled. I've been filling pages since September, and something about the ending always thrills. Not the thrill of noise, the quiet kind, the small hum of completion that starts soft. I showed up for this page, I put words in it, and now the lullaby begins to lift. Evidence that today I showed up, that said the pen was uncapped and the page was meant, that something was written, something was attempted, that I became someone slightly better yet. Notebook lullaby, the page is almost full, and I'm humming with the quiet of it. The small comfort of having finished a thing, the soft song of completion. This is it. Notebook lullaby, I'll turn to the next blank one and feel the particular gleam of a fresh start. But tonight I'll sleep knowing the page is full and the lullaby is humming in my heart. I keep the finished notebooks on the shelf. I rarely go back. It's not about the rereading, it's about the stack, the physical evidence that the work continued, that I kept on seeding. Each one a season that I showed up through, each one the lullaby of a year being made. The notebooks are the proof that I was present, that the work was real, that the effort wasn't frayed. Not every session is inspired, I know that some pages are just the showing up and trying, but the lullaby hums for those ones too, the ones that came from discipline, not flying. Notebook lullaby, hum me to the ending of this particular page, this particular day. I filled the lines I tried, I wrote it honestly, and that's the whole lullaby, and that's okay. Notebook lullaby, the shelf grows slowly heavier, the stack of filled ones building proof by proof that I showed up again for one more session, and the lullaby hums soft, and that's enough.
Before the book, before the pen, the sage, a small bundle lit and walked around the desk. The smoke thin and white and purposeful feeling, the way the smell clears out the overnight mess. I'm not superstitious, not exactly, but I believe in the ritual of beginning, in the telling of the mind. This space is different, in the ceremony of the slow work entering. Scent and silence, the twin preparation, the way a table gets wiped before the tea is laid. The sage does what the sage has always done for me. It clears the room, it says the work is being made. Sage and silence before the session starts, the clearing of the space, the quiet, the smoke. The mind prepared the way a room gets prepared before the important thing, before the spoken. Sage and silence, my two preparations for the hours that need the best of what I have. The scent that says I'm here, I'm paying attention. The silence that confirms there's room, there's path. I sit for a moment after the sage burns out, just the smell remaining, the smoke already gone. And in that sitting without yet beginning, the mind gets itself together for the long. I've skipped the ritual on the rush days, and the sessions always feel a little untethered, like starting a conversation mid-sentence, like arriving somewhere you didn't know how to reach there. I believe in the entrance, in the transition, in the small ceremony of moving from one thing to the next. The sage is how I cross the threshold into focus, into the work that asks my patient best. Sage in silence, and now I can begin. The space is clear, the mind has been prepared. The scent still lightly in the air around me. The silence holding everything with care. Sage in silence, the book is open now. The pen is in my hand, the lamp is on, the ritual complete. The session started, the sage has done its work. The work goes on.
I moved my desk to face the window 2 years ago, the best decision of my life. Not because the view is anything remarkable, just the ordinary street, the tree, the light. But real sunlight on paper is a different thing than the lamplit kind. Something about the source. The page goes warmer, the words look softer, and even the difficult concepts lose their force. Afternoon light through real glass on real paper makes the abstract feel almost possible to hold, makes the hard concept feel almost conversational, makes the study feel almost warm, almost gold. Window light study, the best kind of working. The sun on the page making everything more kind. Ideas soften when the light is real and natural. The hard ones loosen, find their way to mind. Window light study, I could stay here all the afternoon. In the moving sun across the open book, the world outside still going, I'm still going. Both of us in the light, both taking what we took. The light shifts as the afternoon advances, from bright and full to gold to almost gone, and I move with it, tilting the book gently, following the warmth as the session carries on. By 4 clear. The sun has moved behind the building, and I reach across and turn the lamp back on. But those afternoon hours in the real window light were the ones where the best understanding was done. There's a particular grace in the natural light for learning, something the body recognizes as correct. The sun says, this is the hour, this is the doing, and the mind responds and studies without regret. Window light study, the sun is going amber, the last good hour before I switch to lamp. I'll use it, every bit of the remaining warmth, these window hours when the world and I are camp. Window light study, and the page is golden, and the idea finally arrived completely clear. And I think it's not a coincidence that it found me in the real light, in the window when I'm here. I said it to myself between the exercises, not out loud, just underneath, just clear. Calm mind and then open heart, a mantra for the hours when the going gets near. I used to think that focus required closing, that to go deep you had to shut the rest away. But I've been trying both at once, the calm and the open, and it turns out they aren't opposed, they work the same way. The mind can be calm and the heart can be open, both at once, that's the secret of this. Not one narrowing toward the other, but both expanding, both in their own bliss. Calm mind, open heart, both at once, the mantra that changes what productivity means. Not clenched, not closed, not grinding through the difficult, but present and soft and in between. Calm mind, open heart, the soft productivity that doesn't cost me anything to carry, that lets the work arrive without the armor, that keeps the learning light and bright and airy. I used to study like I was fighting something, like the material was a thing to be defeated. But it doesn't yield to force, I've learned this slowly. It yields to attention, patient, undefeated. Calm mind says, I'm not afraid of what I don't know yet. Open heart says, I'm willing to be changed. And together they make the best student I've ever been. And the hardest sessions feel somehow rearranged. Not every mantra is magic, I know that, but this one does something true, and I repeat it. It reminds the body what the body needs to study, the open and the calm, the soft, the meet it. Calm mind, open heart, I'll carry this tomorrow into the next session, next hard page. The mantra that reminds me how to show up without the armor, without the rage. Calm mind, open heart, the whole philosophy of soft and steady being enough. Not the grind, the gentle, not the forcing, just the calm, the open, the soft, the good stuff. came in when it was already half full. Strangers at long tables, all of them somewhere else, inside their own particular concentrations, their own particular shelves. I found a seat near the window, second floor, and felt the hush receive me like it always does. This particular silence, it has a quality like everyone agreed to keep it just because. Strangers studying together in respectful quiet, each one trying alone, but not alone. The tenderness of shared silence in a library, each person building something of their own. Library hush, the sacred collective quiet, where everyone agrees to keep the room, where strangers share the air and the long tables and leave each other room enough to bloom. Library hush, I love this particular silence, the one that holds 100 private worlds, each one in their own particular morning, each one inside their own unfolding curls. The girl across from me takes notes in purple ink. She hasn't looked up in 40 minutes. Good. The man beside the reference shelf is rereading something that clearly hasn't finished being understood. We don't speak, we don't need to. We're companions in the oldest sense, the one that needs no name. Just humans in a room all trying, all inside the same collective flame. I used to need to study alone to focus, thought that other people broke the concentration, but the library taught me something different. That shared trying has its own quiet elation. Library hush, I'll be back on Thursday for the strangers and the long tables and the air, for the particular silence that holds everything together, for the proof that other people are also there. Library hush, the sacred, unremarkable miracle. Humans choosing quiet, choosing the page, choosing the effort of learning. Together, separately, all of us becoming, in the hush, more sage. I underline in pencil, only pencil, because some truths need to be held lightly, in case I come back in a year and find them different, not wrong, but differently. Today I underlined 3 things that stopped me, enough to press the pencil to the page. Rest is productive, attention is love, and curiosity is prayer, all on the same page. Soft revelations, not the thunderclap kind, the kind that arrive in the middle of a sentence and make you stop and breathe before continuing, the kind that rearrange something with significance. Underline truths, pencil on the soft page, the ones that hit the particular nerve. Rest is productive, I underline it slowly. Attention is love, and I feel the curve of the pencil needing something real and naming it. Curiosity is prayer, yes, I agree. Underline truths, the quiet revelations, the sentences that found a part of me. passages I just read through. Because something in the marking is a commitment, a saying, yes, I'll take this, this is true. And the pencil makes it mine in a way the reading doesn't. Makes it something I participated in. Not just received, but met and marked and kept. The underline, the place where I begin. Rest is productive, I needed that today. The guilt about the pausing, it loosened. Attention is love, so the studying is love. And curiosity is prayer, and I'm devoted. Underline truths, 3 today, a good day. 3 sentences that change the room I'm in. 3 pencil marks that mean I was paying attention. 3 quiet revelations. 3 again, underline truths. I'll carry all 3 with me into the rest of the day and the rest of the week. Rest, attention, curiosity. 3 soft teachers all waiting in the pencil marks for me to seek. Today the tide is low, I've been here before. The mind moving slowly through the material. The same paragraph 3 times, still not landing. The thinking at a pace that feels elliptical. I used to fight these sessions, call them failures. Used to push until the pushing made it worse. Now I know the tide is on its own schedule, and fighting the low water just makes it more dispersed. I study with the wave, not against it. I find the pace the tide is actually at. Today is slow, and slow is still a tide, and the tide still brings things in. I know that slow thinking tide, and I'm not fighting it. I'm in the low water and I'm moving steady. Not every session is the high and flooding kind. Some days the tide is low, and that's already enough, because the tide is still the tide, and the low brings what the high can't always find. The small things settled on the floor of thinking, the details in the slow that take their time. By afternoon the tide had shifted slightly, not high, just higher than the morning was. The paragraph that stumped me came together, not through force, just through the tide's own laws. I stayed, that's the thing I wanna keep. I stayed inside the low tide without leaving, and the staying is what eventually earned the turning, the slow tide coming in, the mind believing. Productivity doesn't have one pace, and learning doesn't always flood the shore. The slow thinking tide is still the tide, arriving, still bringing in exactly what it's for. Slow thinking tide, I found my peace inside. It found the patience that the low water asks. Not every session needs to be the flooding. Some need the slow, the steady, the low task. Slow thinking tide, and I'll come back tomorrow and find whatever tide the morning brings, and study with it always, not against, just with, and see what the tide brings.
I write in the margin smaller than my normal. A cramped soft and private hand that only I can read. Little arguments, little agreements, little questions that the paragraph has seeded. The author makes a claim, I lean into the margin and write, yes, but what about? And then we've been having this conversation for 3 chapters. Me and someone who will never know and when. A soft pen pal across the years between us. The margin where the reader meets the page, where I'm allowed to disagree politely and note the things that didn't age. Margin notes, my whispered conversation with a mind that put these words here first. The tiny back and forth inside the white space, the dialogue, the reading always nerves. It's margin notes, I'm not alone in learning. Even reading solo in my quiet room, got the author in my smaller handwriting. 2 voices in the margin, 2, not 1. Some of my notes are questions without answers, little soft interrogations in the white. Some are just a word, yes or exactly, or I needed this or finally or right. And the book becomes a record of the reading, not just the author's thought but mine alongside. The margin is the space between 2 minds, where learning lives, where understanding rides. I love that the book holds both of us together, the one who wrote it and the one who read. The margin notes are proof that I was present, that I brought myself, not just a passive head. Margin notes and the book is getting crowded, with my smaller hand alongside theirs. And when I'm done I'll have a full conversation between 2 people who were willing to be there. Margin notes, the softest kind of learning, kind that makes the reader a participant. The tiny whispered voice inside the white space, mine still talking, still present, still significant. Been leaning toward the lamp for weeks now, a slow and certain lean that I've been watching. The whole plant oriented toward the warmth without any instruction. Without stopping, I turn it every few days to keep it even. But by morning it's already heading back toward the light, toward the lamp, always toward. Like it knows something I don't, like it's on track. Grow toward your light, that's all it's doing. No performance, no plan, no second guessing. Just the slow, consistent lean of a living thing toward what it needs, without the second stressing. Plan on the desk, my quiet teacher, leaning toward the lamp without a word. Grow toward your light, even in the small room, even when the growing goes unheard. Plan on the desk, I'll watch you between paragraphs and take the lesson that you're given free. No rush, no doubt, just the steady orientation toward the light, always consistently. I've been thinking about what my lamp is, what I lean toward when the room feels small. The study, the writing, the slow accumulation, the reaching toward the thing that makes me tall. And I think the plan has been trying to tell me that the reaching doesn't need announcing. Just the slow, consistent choosing of the light, just the daily quiet leaning, not amounting, just being and growing toward what matters. I turned the plan again this morning, facing away from the lamp just to see. By afternoon it had started its returning, and I thought, yes, that's how it has to be. Plan on the desk, you'll outlast this session. You'll be here tomorrow leaning the same way, and I'll take the lesson every time I see you, before I open the book and start the day. Plan on the desk, grow toward your light, even in the small room, even in the slow, even when no one is watching the direction. Grow toward your light and trust the growing go.
I don't need the hustle to feel like I'm working. I don't need the noise to prove I care. I need the warm tea and the soft music playing, and the steady drum beat of my own being there. My particular productivity is quiet. It doesn't announce itself or make a claim. It just shows up to the page and does the work, and the work gets done mostly the same. Quiet doesn't mean small. I wanna say that gentle doesn't mean without momentum. My heart works steadily without the performance, and what it builds is real and not a symptom. Quiet, productive heart doing what it does, without the soundtrack of the loud ambitious. Just the tea and the music and the steady effort, just the word that doesn't need to be suspicious. Quiet, productive heart, my particular rhythm, the drum beat that is mine and mine alone. Not the grind, the gentle, not the force, and just the warm and steady and the coming home. I've tried the other way, I know what it is. The earth urgency, the metrics, the compare. And I produce things sure, but left them hollow, left them made without the love that makes things fair. The quiet heart produces differently, slower sometimes, but with more in it. The work that comes from gentle, steady effort has a particular quality that haste can't limit, can't fit. I'm not arguing for everyone to slow down. I'm arguing for the right to know your pace. And mine has always been the warm tea kind, the soft music kind, the steady showing up kind. Grace, quiet, productive heart still beating at its own pace, still making what it makes without the noise, still showing up for the warm tea in the session, still finding in the quiet its own voice. Quiet, productive heart, I'll keep this one forever. This particular approach to getting things done, the soft and warm and steady, mine entirely. The gentle drum beat going until it's one. The deadline is tomorrow, I've known for a week, and I watered it steadily every single day. Not a flood, not a panic, just the daily portion. The way a plant gets watered, the patient way. I learned the hard way that the overnight session produces something that looks done but isn't quite. Like a flower forced to bloom before its season, pretty, but not what the season had in right. Treat the deadline like a living thing that needs consistent water, not a storm. Pace the work the way you pace the watering, steadily, lovingly, on time and form. Soft deadline, I met you without panic. I watered every day until you bloom. Not a machine, a gardener, a patient one who knew the flower needed its own room. Soft deadline, the work is done and whole, not crammed, not forced, but steadily arrived. The deadline doesn't have to be the enemy if the work was fed, if the work was allowed to thrive. There's a version of this I still remember badly, the one where the work all happened in one night, and I handed it in running on adrenaline, and it was fine. But fine isn't what I wanna write. I want the thing that came from daily tending, from showing up before the urgency arrived, from treating my own work like something worth the water, like something I believed enough to keep alive. Not every deadline has to cost you something, not every finish line has to be a collapse. If you water from the beginning slowly, steadily, the flower blooms on time and nothing gaps. Soft deadline, and the work is in and whole, and I'm not hollow, not depleted, not undone. I gave it what it needed when it needed it, and the deadline was the harvest, not the gun. Soft deadline, I'll meet you this way always, with the daily water, with the gentle hand. The work done like a flower, like a garden, like something living, tended, planned. I can see the end from here, 3 pages maybe, the kind of counting that feels soft and earned. I've been in this book for 2.5 weeks now, and something in me has been slowly, quietly turned. Not the loud accomplishment of finishing, not yet, that's the closing of the cover, not now. Just It's the particular feeling of the last chapter, the quiet hum of almost and somehow and now. Not loud pride, the quiet kind, the kind that hums inside your chest for hours, the kind that doesn't need announcement, that just lives in the closing of the last few pages. Last chapter, and I'm reading slowly on purpose, not dragging, just honoring what this cost. The weeks of sitting with this one thing, the sessions where the tide was low and I was lost. And still I'm here, last chapter, almost finished. And the hum inside my chest is something earned, not the shout of victory, the quiet of completion, the soft pride of the last few lines, the last few words. I underlined 3 things in this final chapter, all 3 of them a kind of summary, like the book knew how to end by gathering everything it said into a concentrated clarity. I'll sit with the last page for a moment after, before I set it down and let it go. The last chapter deserves its own particular moment, between the reading and the finished, a slow, quiet hum of completion is my favorite, not the noise of celebration. Something softer, the knowledge in the body that a thing was finished, that what was started whole, nothing's lost here. Last chapter, and the final line is coming, and I'm moving through it like it matters, it does. Every word, the last few words of something real, every line, the end of what this work was. Last chapter, and the hum is already starting, the quiet pride arriving page by page. I finished steadily, I showed up for the whole thing, and the last chapter is the best part. Every age. Close it with both hands, I always do. The way you close a thing you mean to come back to, or the way you close a thing that's finished, with the same care, just with different truth. The session's done, the lamp is still on, the tea has been cold for half an hour now, and I'm sitting here with a closed book in my hands, grateful for the hours, grateful for the how. Thank you to the page, to the lamp, to the tea, to the quiet that held the work inside it. Thank you to the mind that showed up willing, to the brave and steady something that resided. Close the book gently, both hands, both deliberate. A thank you in the closing of the cover. The page, the lamp, the tea, the quiet session, and my own brave mind for being there, not somewhere other. Close the book gently, the work is done for today. I'll carry the soft of it into the rest, into the evening, into whatever's coming. A lamp still lit inside my chest. I put it back exactly where I found it. The bookmark placed, the cover square and flat. The desk returned to the between session quiet. The lamp's still on, I'll turn it off after that. But first I sit inside the doneness of it, the particular quiet of a finished thing. The room the same and me slightly different, for having shown up for the knowing it could bring. I didn't become someone else today, but I moved the needle quietly a degree. And tomorrow's session will begin from here, from this closed book. From this becoming me flows the book gently. Thank you for the hours, for the pencil and the margins and the hush, for the lamp that held the circle of the working, for the tea that held the pause, for all of this. Close the book gently, the session is complete. And I'm more than I was when the lamp came on. And tomorrow the book will be open again, and the brave quiet work will carry on, will carry on.